Oh, hello. It's lovely to see you. My name's Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I am here to share some guidance for this week ahead. That's this week starting the 21st of December through to Sunday the 27th of December. So it's Monday the 21st for me now. I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Monday the 21st of December at exactly 12:25 p.m. So I trust you're well. Extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. Welcome back to those of you who just joined me in our solstice, our very first, I would like to say, our very first solstice Zoom gathering. Wow. We had, I think, 25 people around and from all over the world joined in. We just finished. It was great. So I look forward to connecting with our next one in June, if we can wait that long. So, welcome. I trust you are well. I trust life is flowing well for you and you have your balance, or you're adjusting to get your balance back. It really is a dance, isn't it? It's not something we have balance and that's it. We have balance for the rest of our life. And yes, I'm live because it says so somewhere up around where I'm live. So balance is something that as our life steers in little different directions, we have to adjust our balance accordingly. It's like if we were to stay in the center of that storm and in the eye of the storm's moving. If we don't move with it and keep our position within the eye of the storm, we're going to get swept into the storm. So it's a constant awareness, adjustment, a constant dance, a push and a pull, an ebb and a flow to keep our balance. But anyway, I'm here to pull some cards. So welcome to you all. It's lovely to see you all. Thank you for being here. If you are new to watching, what I'm doing is using my combined Speed of Light Oracle cards with my Animal Kingdom Oracle. And I'll be using this deck to look for the best cards for this week ahead. I'm going to lay the cards out intuitively and I'm going to share with you what I pick up from the cards. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust 100% that you've been led here for a reason. I also trust 100% in my cards, and I trust in whatever they're going to share with us that we need to know at this time. So as always, please take on board what feels right, what resonates, what fits into your life easily at this time, and let the rest go. So if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't matter. It might be guidance that someone else needs to hear. So if you find yourself listening and saying, wow, it feels like you're talking especially just to me, then you can trust what you're receiving. So trust in what feels right. You don't need to trust me. My job is to trust in the cards and trust in my intuition and deliver to you as accurately as I can what I'm picking up. Your role is to trust what feels right for you. So please don't trust and put everything in. Don't take what I'm saying as black and white, carved in stone. Trust what feels right for you. So with that said, let's hold the intention now. I'm holding the intention as I shuffle the cards to find the best cards for this week ahead for the majority of us. That's from Monday the 21st of December through to Sunday the 27th of December. So the best cards for this week, I split my deck because I always have, and that's the way I do it. And I'm going to lay out the cards. So let's just see how I'm going to lay them out today. Okay. All right. Let's turn over these bad boys. Oh, look what we're starting the week with. Yes, Earth Dragon. Oh, what a great start. Oh, and we have the Spirit Dragon. And we've got two featured cards. The good old Cobra Bite, which has further instructions here, which say Yes, I'm going to share the deck that I created. I'll be writing a blog about it, Carly, that we did this morning, but it's not going to be yet. I've still got a few things to do today. I'll be back with that later. Anyway, this has further instructions which say to take the top card from the deck to add with the cobra. Oh, healed. Interesting. So we've got these two cards together, and we also have this card which says also to take the top card from the deck, which I will take the next top card, which is another featured card. It's the White Tiger. It says here to split the deck and take the top card. So split the deck. I keep the top part aside. Oh, risk taking. Okay, so we've got these three cards, but these won't be appropriate until later in the week, most likely the weekend. So I'll come back to those later. We're in for a quite big week, it feels, just by looking at these cards. We've got the Earth Dragon, Spirit Dragon, we've got Cobra Bite, we've got the Stallion, we've got Risk Taking, we've got the White Tiger. We've got some big cards that have come up. So we've got a pretty big week potentially coming up this week. And it does feel a bit at the moment like we're in a marathon, and we are really trying our best to go the distance. And I didn't realise it till this morning when I wrote the current energy report, but we've been running a marathon all year. And we're now rounding that final corner, and we're now starting to approach the finish line. And this is the time when we get most exhausted, most tired, and most want to give up. So this might be things that we're facing right now in general parts of our life, or specific things. Is this want to give up, this being fed up, being exhausted, like how much more of this can I take? So there is this feeling coming up now as we round that corner and we head straight towards that finish line. It is so close now. Please don't give up. So take a break if you need to take a break, but don't give up. We're starting the week off with the Earth Dragon. And this, I feel, is the marathon that we're running. We've run it all year, and it's had its ups and downs. We've been through the inclines and the declines throughout the year, throughout this whole marathon. And we've just got this last little bit now to run before we turn this corner and really complete this phase of our life, or this phase that we've been through recently. We have the Earth Dragon, card 25. It says physical reformation. And this is about the changes that are taking place in our physical life and our physical body. So as I drew this card, I felt the dragon walking across the earth, and he's pulling up the mountains and pushing down the valleys as he's walking, really reforming, remolding the earth. And so this represents a remolding, a reforming in our own life. You might find you've been changing things up, or been wanting to change things up. So Monday, especially early in the week, is a powerful time. In fact, we'll include Tuesday, because I feel early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, powerful, supportive time to make physical changes. So if you know what these physical changes are that you need to make, then you'll find Monday or Tuesday will likely be quite supportive for you to take action on those changes, those reforms that you want to make. So it's about the action, really, about applying the ideas and the changes now. And then we move to midweek. So I feel the Earth Dragon appropriate for Monday, Tuesday. Midweek, we have the Cheetah, card 4. It says focus on your strengths. So around midweek, which is around the 23rd of December, around Wednesday, we've been encouraged to focus on the things that are working for us, the things that we're good at, we could say, or talented with, or skilled at, that we're capable of. Sometimes we spend I've been talking for hours, so excuse my words. Sometimes we spend too much time focusing unnecessarily on the weaker areas of our life or ourselves, or the parts of our life that haven't been working for a while. If we're thinking proactively, you know, how can I make this better? Is there a solution? Are there changes I need to make? Then that's good. But if we're just wallowing or rolling around in the mud of those weaker, not so good areas of our life, then that might be a problem. So it feels like midweek was supportive to refocus our attention on the things that are working and on the strengths of our life, the strengths of ourselves. Okay. Right. Where do we go now? I want to go down to the Cobra Bite. So we're looking here around Thursday. So this is Christmas Eve, around the 24th of December. And we have these two cards. They come up together for a reason. So let's look at them separately. We have the Cobra Bite. This is quite a sharp card. It's card 9, and it says sting, shock, truth, and illusion. So it brings with it some type of surprise, some type of sharp. It could be shock, but it might be pleasant, but it might be not so pleasant. It's hard to say what this is, but you will probably know if this applies to you. Something will take you by surprise, probably on Wednesday. This is connected with this card, which is the healing card, card 34, called Healed. And it says golden light, wounds, blocks, and dissolve. This is the physical body healing card. So this would bring highlight around health and the physical body, especially around Thursday for some of us. So there might be something health-wise or in our body that might take us by surprise, that we might be forced to sort of stop, listen to our body, and maybe stop and rest. So there may be something that comes up around health around Thursday, but please, I don't like this card to generate any fear or paranoia. We've been given an advantage to even know, we've been given a good gift, I should say, to know about this sort of stuff in advance, potentially. So please don't worry, let's just see what happens, but there might be something that comes up around health or around our physical body on Thursday. And then this moves into, so Friday the 25th of December, we have the Spirit Dragon card, and it says heightened energy. This is the highest vibrating card in the deck. And on one side of it, we have this, which is quite sharp energy here. And on the other side, we have, again, the Tree Maiden, which brings a potency. So there is, and both these cards really bring potent energy on either side of the Spirit Dragon, the higher vibrating card in the deck. So it almost feels like this energy's been sandwiched. And we might find towards the latter part of the week that the intensity, there might be an intensity that wants to squash out the good. Or I feel like a sandwich that wants to squish all the gooey, yummy bits on the inside, wants to squish all the gooey, jammy stuff out. So we might need to be a bit cautious or aware as we move later into the week that we're not allowing things to squash us or to take the good things out of our life, if you like. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. It almost feels like something being bled out. We can't let the life force be bled out from us, if you like. That sounds a bit gruesome. But I'm just trying to think of another angle of talking about this, that there is a potential for the life force, the blood of us, not literally blood, but the life force to be squished out. So we might need to be really aware, super attentive towards the end of the week, especially around the health and the state of our body, and allowing things to end, allowing doors to close in our life, especially, absolutely especially around unhealthy relationships, unhealthy situations that we find ourselves. And we can't really rule out our own unhealthy state, meaning mainly our unhealthy state of mind, that might also be squashing all the juice out, the life, the goodness out of life. So let's be careful we're not getting all, squishing out all the goodness. It reminds me too of juicing fruit, juicing out all the yummy juice, and then we're left with the dried carcass. Well, do we want to be that dried carcass, or do we want to really make sure that we have that juice also available to us? Sounds strange, but this is just what I'm feeling. So it will make more sense, hopefully, as we move through the week. So our focus is around Christmas. So around the 25th of December is the middle of the sandwich. To not allow outside things to cave in and drain us of life. So, let's just continue, and I'm sure more is going to come up around that too. Let's just talk a little bit more about this card, which is the Tree Maiden, card 42. And it says ending, surrender, growth, and illumination. This brings a potency, especially around the 26th of December. So around on the Saturday. It talks about things being potent and things may be amplified. Things may be blown out of proportion. The molehill that we're dealing with in our life may feel like a mountain, a looming mountain around the weekend, early in the weekend. But like I said last week when this card came up, it's to try and get our attention. So if we're not noticing, then the energy's going to get louder. And if we're still not noticing, it's going to get louder and louder and more potent and more potent on either side of this sandwich. And if it gets too potent, it's probably going to take all the juice and the life force, the enthusiasm, drain it out of us. So the couple of keys with this card is allowing old doors to close. So parts of our life that don't work for us anymore, unhealthy relationships, unhealthy situations, unhealthy thoughts, unhealthy parts of ourselves. We may need to close some doors around Saturday. And what's promised from that is growth. If we have the courage to close these old doors and stop propping the problematic areas of our life and our relationships open by trying to keep our foot in the door and just refusing to close them because we want things to go back to the way they were or whatever reason, it's not going to help. It's just going to keep draining this great energy out from us. So the best thing we can do in regards to this sandwiching effect sort of energy that I'm feeling is to let the old doors close. To let this stuff, I want to say, go. To close these old doors and stop investing and keeping and propping these doors and these problematic areas open. But growth comes from this. So as we close doors, we make room, space for the new doors to open. We make space for us to grow and improve and connect into life, the lifeblood that might be oozing out. How much longer are you going to let the lifeblood, your life juices ooze out from you? How much longer are you going to let yourself be drained and squashed and suppressed and sandwiched in this forceful energy that just wants to squeeze life out of you? Are you going to let yourself be juiced and just be left with some shell, a dried out up shell of who you used to be? Or can you say, no, I want to feel life and not allow the juice to be drained from you? Strong, isn't it? So we move into Sunday. We're going to have a big few days here. Actually, it's a big week, like I said before. Sunday, the 27th of December. We've got these three. We've got this solar cycle, card 52. It says 24 hours, past or future. So this is talking about one day at a time. So as we move out of this sandwiching energy and being juiced, and hopefully we're getting our juices back, you know, our excitement for life, our motivation to be living. That's really what this is. Otherwise we're just a shell, we're just a slave, we're just a echo of who we want to be. A shell of who we want to be. So as we allow ourselves to feel life, we've been encouraged to focus on one day at a time. The sunrise, and then the next sunrise, then the next sunrise. To just gradually, slowly, day by day, step by step, move ourselves out of the sandwiching, the suppression, and move ourselves into the life force or replenishing the juice, the life juices within us. So Sunday the 27th, and even the days now leading to the new year, day by day. How can you wake up, or what can you wake up and be grateful for each day? You might not feel it yet. It might be later in the week. That comes with this card 48 called White Tiger. And it says schedule, routine, adjustment and management. And this is about managing our days, managing our time, making time for the things that keep our juices active and alive, our juices of life, our juices of passion, our juices of motivation and enthusiasm for life. Otherwise we become that wilting plant out there that's just dying. It's drying, it's dying. Do you want to be like that moving forward? So there's a lot of this energy coming around, the juices, the drying up, the dehydration. We may feel we want to have lots of water by the end of the week too. But this is about daily dedication and really looking at the time that we have, and stop making excuses for not making time to replenish the juices of life within us. To stop blaming other things for our downfall and start getting back up on our feet and seeing this end of this marathon through, to make our way towards that finish line, when all we probably want to do now is give up. We're fed up, we're tired, we've had enough. So let's take a break and let's get back on our feet. Let's keep going. So what time do you need to make in your daily schedule to this? And whatever this means for you, and how this speaks and translates to you in your life. So your schedule, your routine on a daily basis. So a daily dedication of gratitude or something's probably going to be helpful. But it's also connected with this card 27, called Risk Taking. And it says journey, unknown, beginnings, confidence. So this is about taking a risk and following your heart. If you're drained of motivation and energy and juices, you're not going to feel motivated to do it. You can barely even get up in the mornings. If that's how you've been feeling, it's time to take some daily steps in your schedule, making time to step into this, to replenish and restore your energy levels, to refuel if your fuel tanks run out. So take a risk, follow your heart, step into new beginnings now. Those old doors are closed, they're behind you. So you can take a risk, step into something new. It is a risk, every new beginning is a risk. Just as closing every door is a risk. We don't know if it's quite the right thing or not. We don't know if things are going to get better or things are going to get worse. We don't know. So we have to be willing to take a risk and just have a go. What's the worst that could happen? So these three go together. And they're very powerful, not only for Sunday the 27th, but all those days that follow leading up to the new year. As we close old doors, let's really look at how we can now apply the changes that we need to make gradually. There's no rush, but let's not put it off. Let's just do a little bit each day, a little bit each day. If you're writing a book, it's very hard to sit down for 7 days straight, 24/7, to write your book from start to finish. It's much more productive to sit for an hour or however much time we have available to write a chapter, write a few words, write a few paragraphs every day. And then we end up getting the book complete. So don't feel like you have to rush. It doesn't all have to happen in one day, but just slow, steady progress. And then we have this, what that wants to come in for the week. This is part of these juices that I was talking about, the middle of the sandwich. And it's card 1. It says untie yourself. It's the stallion. It brings high motivation this week. And if we can tap into even a little bit of drippy juice that we have left, then we'll probably feel quite motivated. If we're feeling like a dried up old prune and life is just too much now, we're probably not going to feel this. So it's going to be up to us to just revive that little bit of life, blood, that little bit of juice, that little bit of something that we can find, that little candle that's just slightly glowing. Can we get that candle going? So it's time to untie ourselves this week and let our wild spirit run free. So there is a strong emphasis around being careful that we're not being suppressed or compressed or trapped, stuck. And if we have been, there are really powerful steps that we can take this week, little windows of opportunity to work with to move ourselves out. Very powerful week we're in for, I feel. let's see what happens. But they're the cards for the week. I'm going to pull a theme card now. So I want to thank you for joining me today. I trust this is resonating with you. You won't really know until you move into your week. So please come back and get with the recording throughout the week as needed. What was I going to say? If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you'd love to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. If you'd love to support my work that I do at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. I will have some new ceramics. In fact, some of the ones you see back here, like my tree man, my white goshawk. I've got cups here. I don't know if you can see. My Big Mama fermentation crock. I've got a few new ceramics I've just pulled out of the kiln a couple of days ago. So they'll be going up on the website in the next, well, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. So keep an eye out for those if you're interested. So the theme card's going to help bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for this week ahead. So what is the bigger picture? What do we need to know now about our theme for this powerful week ahead? We have an Animal Kingdom Oracle card, and it, oh, youchie, I can feel him really like a push through when I've turned him around. It's the gorilla. And look at him. He's so cute and he means business. He's so stern and serious. He says to do the right thing. So let's make sure this week, but always, that we're doing the right thing. Sometimes the right thing is not necessarily what we want to do, but we just know that it's the right thing to do. So let's consider that this week. But also let's consider being super serious about the return of our life juices, we could say, the refilling of our jam sandwich, the refueling of our fuel tank. We need to be serious about it. This is not a joke. This is our life that we're talking about. And no one else is going to bring our juices back except for us. So let's close the old doors on the past that have been draining our energy for too long, or squashing us or trapping us. And let's be willing to take a risk and step into some new beginnings. They might not show up completely, the new beginnings, quite yet. We might be more focused on the endings this week, but there is certainly a revival feeling happening at the end of the week. But we need to be serious and assertive and do the right thing. Do the right thing. So, yeah, he brings a stern. He's a mountain. Can we be the mountain? Can we be? Sometimes some situations require us to be stubborn, especially if we're worried about hurting other people when we close old doors. Otherwise, we'd never close anything, especially those of us who are quite caring people. So sometimes we have to be stubborn and just decide, look, I have to do what's right for me in this situation, or I have to do what's right, or whatever the situation requires. And sometimes we just can't keep living the life we were living. Sometimes we can't keep living the lie, or keep living in hope of something that deep down we know is just not going to happen. Maybe we just need to close the door, stop giving our power away to that, and get our juices back for life. So, interesting. See how it sits for you. Come back, please. Check with the recording throughout the week. It will be pinned to the top of my Facebook page, Temple of Balance, and you'll also find it on my website later in the day, and on YouTube later in the day, Temple of Balance on YouTube. Thanks so much. Have a happy week. Happy birthday. Happy anniversary. Happy Christmas if you celebrate. And very excited the week after next week. Next time I'm back doing this will be the week leading into the new year, which will be extremely exciting too. So things are building, things are brewing. Let's remember not to give up, but have a break. If we need a break, we can't run on empty. So let's have a break. Let's get back on our feet. Let's keep going. So thank you so much. Yeah, have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Bye for now.